Welcome to our YouTube video on Renaissance fashion. In this detailed and informative content, we'll take you on a journey through the fashion of the 14th to 17th centuries, exploring the influences, trends, and impact of this iconic period. From tailored clothing to luxurious fabrics and elaborate embellishments, join us as we delve into the fascinating world of Renaissance fashion and discover its lasting influence on modern style. Let's dive in. The Renaissance, which spanned from the 14th to the 17th centuries, was a period of great cultural, artistic, and intellectual advancement in Europe. Fashion during this time was influenced by various factors, including social, economic, and artistic changes. Let's delve into the details of Renaissance fashion, covering different aspects such as clothing, accessories, hairstyles, and trends. Clothing. The clothing of the Renaissance era underwent significant changes compared to the previous medieval period. The rigid and heavily draped clothing of the Middle Ages gave way to more tailored and form-fitting garments. Men's clothing consisted of several layers, including a shirt, doublet, a fitted jacket, hose, tight-fitting trousers, and a robe or cloak. Fabrics such as silk, velvet, and brocade were popular choices for men's clothing, and bright colors and elaborate patterns were commonly used. Women's clothing also experienced notable changes during the Renaissance. The ideal female body shape was considered to be a small waist, which was accentuated using corsets or bodices. Women wore long dresses with fitted bodices and full skirts, often made of luxurious fabrics such as silk, satin, and taffeta. The neckline of women's dresses was usually square or round, and they often wore decorative collars or ruffs made of lace or fine linen. Accessories. It's played an essential role in Renaissance fashion. Both men and women adorned themselves with various accessories to complete their look. Jewelry, including rings, earrings, necklaces, and brooches, was popular among both genders. Wealthy individuals often wore jewelry made of precious metals, such as gold and silver, and adorned with gemstones. Hats were also a prominent accessory during the Renaissance. Men wore a variety of hats, including berets, caps, and bonnets, while women wore veils, hoods, and headdresses, often decorated with ribbons, feathers, and jewels. Hairstyles, during the Renaissance, were influenced by the artistic and cultural movements of the time. Men typically wore short hair, often styled in a bob or a pageboy cut. Beards and mustaches were also common among men, but they were usually well-groomed and neatly trimmed. Women's hairstyles were more elaborate and often involved the use of wigs or hairpieces. Women wore their hair in a variety of styles, including braids, twists, and buns. Hair was often adorned with ribbons, jewels, and decorative combs. Blonde hair was particularly prized, and women would sometimes lighten their hair using various techniques, including bleaching with vinegar or applying gold powder. Trends. Several fashion trends emerged during the Renaissance. One significant trend was the rise of slashing or pinking of garments. This involved cutting slits or holes in the outer fabric of a garment to reveal the contrasting fabric underneath, creating a decorative effect. Slashing was often done in geometric or intricate patterns and was particularly popular in men's doublets and sleeves. Another trend was the use of elaborate embroidery and embellishments on clothing. Intricate embroidery, often using gold or silver threads, was used to decorate clothing and accessories. Lace, ribbons, and other trimmings were also used to add decorative elements to garments. Influential figures. During the Renaissance, several influential figures influenced fashion trends. One notable figure was Catherine de' Medici, an Italian noblewoman who became Queen of France. Catherine was known for her elegant sense of style and introduced Italian fashion trends, including the use of silk, lace, and elaborate embroidery, to the French court. Additionally, the works of famous artists such as Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Raphael also had an impact on fashion. Their artistic representations of clothing and hairstyles in their paintings and sculptures influenced the trends of the time. For example, Da Vinci's famous portrait of the lady with an ermine depicted a woman wearing a fashionable gown with a high waistline and fur accents, which became a popular style during the Renaissance. Social and economic influences. Social and economic factors also influenced Renaissance fashion. The rise of the middle class and the increased availability of textiles and clothing brought about changes in fashion. As trade and commerce expanded, people had access to a wider range of fabrics, colors, and designs, allowing for greater diversity in clothing styles. The social hierarchy of the time also played a role in fashion. The nobility and the upper class often set the trends, and their clothing was made from luxurious and expensive materials, while the lower classes had more limited choices in terms of fabrics and designs. Gender and sumptuary laws, it is which regulated clothing based on social status, were also significant influences on Renaissance fashion. Sumptuary laws were enacted to regulate what people could wear based on their social rank or occupation. For example, laws restricted the wearing of certain fabrics, colors, and designs to the nobility or prohibited lower classes from imitating the clothing styles of the upper classes. Women's clothing was particularly affected by sumptuary laws, as they were often used to reinforce social hierarchies and gender roles. For instance, laws dictated the type of fabric, color, and trimmings that women of different social classes could wear. This led to distinct differences in the clothing styles of women from different social backgrounds, with the nobility and upper classes wearing more elaborate and luxurious clothing compared to the lower classes. Influence on modern fashion. Renaissance fashion has left a lasting impact on modern fashion. Many of the clothing and accessory styles that emerged during the Renaissance are still popular today. For example, the concept of tailored clothing and the use of luxurious fabrics and elaborate embellishments are still prevalent in modern fashion. The influence of Renaissance fashion can also be seen in contemporary fashion shows, costume design for films and theater, and fashion trends that draw inspiration from the historical Renaissance period. Elements such as corsets, ruffs, and slash sleeves have been reinterpreted and incorporated into modern designs, paying homage to the rich history of Renaissance fashion. In conclusion, Renaissance fashion was a significant departure from the medieval period, characterized by tailored clothing, luxurious fabrics, intricate embellishments, and elaborate hairstyles. Social, economic, artistic, and cultural influences shaped Renaissance fashion, and it has left a lasting impact on modern fashion. The clothing, accessories, hairstyles, and trends of the Renaissance era continue to inspire and influence contemporary fashion to this day. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Renaissance fashion. We hope you enjoyed learning about the intricate details and influences of this iconic era. If you found this content informative and engaging, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating videos on history, fashion, and culture. Stay tuned for more exciting content coming your way. Thank you for your support.